Yo, what up, everyone? Welcome to the Timeless Gamer Show, where our games and our bodies may grow out of date, but our gaming experiences will forever remain. Hey, it is
Oh.
up, it's gone. All right. And where was I? The show is live now in Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, and you can still watch our previous episodes in our YouTube channel, Timeless Gamers Show, or you can just go to our website. It's timelessgamers.com, or just listen to our voices. Just go into your favorite audio streaming platforms out there. We'll take this opportunity to give thanks to Streamyard and BitMap for making us their official affiliate. And of course, a quick shout out to our Retromancy cohorts, Shuffle Emporium and Studio.ph, and our friends at the Sega Mega Masters show and the Retro Gamers Collectors of the Philippines as well. Previously, on the Timeless Gamer Show, we discussed some of our picks for our notable fighting games of the 2000s and the between 2000s and 2010s. All right. Oh my God. So if you are curious on our selections, you know what to do. For this episode, we are going to talk about mobile games, and it's one of those topics that one of those topics that we kind of don't want to touch with a 10-foot pole, but hey, here we are. All
It's
right.
it's controversial to say the least.
Controversial to say the least, but we have our reasons, and you'll hear those reasons later. Introducing the panel for tonight, we got Sir Jose from Dark Gothic Fate. Sir Jose.
Hey guys, Dark Gothic Fate from QCFP here, talking mobile games. You know, those little games that we play on our phones while we're waiting in line, on the toilet, wherever. That's it for me.
Thank you for that, for Sir Jose. And of course, Sir Joel, still recovering from his sore throat from last week. Sir
Yeah,
Joel of Banyaga
sorry. Sorry guys, I couldn't join last week because I was suffering from a sore throat, and as you guys can still hear, I am still recovering right now. But I love the show. I love the audience so much that I just had to be here for you guys. This is Banyagang Native, and we are going to be talking about mobile games and how the best way to play them is sitting down. Like Jose said, either you're sitting around waiting for the missus at the grocery store or on the can. Mobile games, that's the topic for today. Back to you, Joe.
All right, thank you for that, Sir Joel. Now, it's only the three of us for this evening, but there's at least two more people coming over later. So while we're waiting for them, let's do some show and tell, guys. So in this segment, the panel will be showing some of the stuff that they got from the last few days, and then show it and discuss it. The things that they got, whatever, if it's digital, physical, toys, games, music, anything nerdy culture. We'll start with Sir Jose. Sir Jose, what you got? Show and tell.
Let's see. I just got a few things, and of course it's just been coming in slowly, but I have the vinyl for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tournament Fighters. It has all soundtracks, so it's the NES, the Genesis, and the Super Nintendo version. I have the accompanying CD version, and then this one's probably my favorite because my favorite Super Nintendo game is Turtles in Time. I also have the arcade and the Super Nintendo versions of the soundtrack, and then I also have I'm dropping everything. I have the cassette and the CD to go along with it, and that's
how many of those do you got? I mean, don't you have the same things like last time?
Yeah, they released 7 different soundtracks for each of the games.
And here I thought I'm like, is this the same ones that,
No,
that he showed like 2 weeks ago?
They're just coming in like in succession. I ordered them like long time ago, and they're barely coming in.
And as you can
Okay,
tell,
so
Jose is an uber fan of the video
of
game.
Ninja Turtle. Oh,
Yeah.
hang on. So don't tell me that you got the soundtrack from the '90s, where you got Vanilla Ice in it.
I do have the digital version.
Oh fuck!
Nice.
Right,
Very cool.
Ninja Turtle stuff coming from Sir Jose right here. Ain't no Battle Toads in there. No Street Sharks. Just the turtles. Okay. How about Sir Joel? What you got?
All right, for me this week it's Black Friday going into Cyber Monday, and the fact that lots of games are on sale, but it's kind of slim pickings on our side because of the fact that a lot of the things that have been going on sale for this season have gone on sale before. I just went for the stuff that has just dropped to my magical price point of $20. As Guybrush Threepwood says in the classic Monkey Island games, never pay more than $20 for a video game. So in this case, the game that came into my magical price point of $20 is Armored Core 6
Oh,
Fires of
nice.
Rubicon. I was waiting around for this to go down to
Armored
in
Core.
price. I hear it's a really good game. I've only touched a little bit on the original Armored Core series, and I'm looking forward to giving this one a go. And I think this one is a game that Miss Eileen is going to appreciate. Miss Eileen here of one of our co-panelists recently acquired her first PS3. Congratulations, Miss Eileen! You're gonna have a heck of a good time playing your game. This one I've been meaning to give it a go. It's everybody has gone for Gran Turismo. I want to try Ridge Racer 7
Nice.
on the PlayStation 3. I hear it's a good game as well.
Yeah.
Racing games have recently been my jam, aside from fishing games, as you guys know. Ridge Racer 7 and Armored Core 6. A lot of sequels, but you know, I consider them as iterations of some really good games already that have gone on before. Back to you, Joe.
All right, thank you for that, Sir Joel. And I only have a couple, really, and so one of these came around when I was when we were back in Queensland. I got Trails of Cold Steel 2 up. Cold Steel 2 for the PlayStation 3.
Nice.
It- you know what? Trails of Cold Steel 2 in particular, it's quite very difficult to come by, especially here in Australia. You can see Cold Steel 1 and Cold Steel 3. There's a lot of them. But Cold Steel 2, you can hardly find any. And Cold Steel 4. This one I just found it in a pawn shop, really, in their website. It was just a random search, and they were selling it for relatively cheap. I mean, usually, I mean, how much were they selling this? Like, I think they were selling it like for 50 Australian dollars, and usually for this kind of game, it would cost you more, especially with this title. And this came about like 2 weeks ago, but I haven't really gotten the chance to show it because I was waiting for Sir Joel to see this. I want him to be proud of me. We got Farmaja, the
Nice,
collector's edition.
nice, very cool.
Farmaja, okay, the box collector's edition. Oh, sorry, there you
Nice.
go. For the PS5.
I've been meaning to get
This
that. I have to
this
jump
yeah,
on that.
I remember this game because this was one of the featured video games back in the Nintendo Direct that
Yeah, I remember that.
we saw
That was,
like months ago.
mm,
So yeah, the limited edition, collector's edition of Armaja. It was not really. I mean, I think it was only like $100
mm.
that they were selling this. And I'm like, okay, sure. Another JRPG with with farming elements
And monster collecting, if I remember correctly,
and
right?
monster collecting. So it's
Mm,
basically Harvest Moon and Pokemon all together,
there you go.
right? So that's my show and tell. And
Nice.
joining the show, we got Shin over here. Hey, good evening, everybody. So we don't have any camera at the moment. Having a bit of a difficult technicalities, but gonna try my best to actually join in today's topic. And I hope everybody's doing a wonderful evening and had a wonderful holiday for those of you who are in United States. Now, for this particular episode, guys, originally this topic was been suggested by Miss Momo and Shin. Okay,
Yeah.
and I'm like rolling my eyes. I said, "Okay,
Of course.
are we at that point now? That are we scraping the bottom of the barrel for topics? Are we
No, no, no,
really
no, no.
gonna touch mobile games? Okay,
No, no, no,
sure.
no, 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 no. Yeah, on the contrary, it's actually meant that we have to really address this because originally this is just a small mouse just happens to pass by in our room, but now it has become a pink elephant, and there's no way that you cannot avoid. There's no way that you can avoid it. Like for most of us here who are in the Philippines, I'm sure you are all fully aware. For those who are also listening on the podcast, for our international viewers here, in the Philippines, the most common, I wouldn't even call it a console, most common console that they use for video game nowadays, if you're not going to an internet cafe to play on a PC, is a cell phone. As I wasn't really into it, considering that I'm a big PC Master Race fan myself, and I never want to touch a cell phone game at all because like okay, they have the capabilities. Our phones are going to start to get better as years go by, but I actually changed my opinion after I arrived here in the Philippines and have seen the culture. It's not even a just like a niche. This is literally like the new generation pretty much have like a silver spoon put into their mouths. If you think about it, every single corner here you would find either kids and or adults, even mothers. They
Mhm.
actually have like there's only three dominating games that I've seen, by the way, that they're all playing. Either you're playing ML or Mobile Legends, you're playing Roblox, or you're playing a FPS, which is either Call of Duty Mobile or PUBG, which is like a battle royale game. Notice that like all the names of the titles that I've said are all games that originally came out from for the PC as well. So it's mostly like people that tend to play these games on the PC now are also playing it comfortably in their phones. And being married to a big mobile fan herself who loves to play COD on mobile, I had to give it a try. Like, okay, I got myself a new phone, let's try it. And lo and behold, I mean, there are pros and cons, but I gotta admit though, it will actually put you in an immersion. It's not like, you have like a Steam Deck or like a handheld or anything to that matter. But the fact of the matter is that like there are games out there that are all in mobile that it may have some little bit of some cash grabbing gimmicks, but it actually does the job for you. The replay value, the amount of time that you're gonna play, the challenge, like if you're into puzzles and whatnot. The only cons that I would see honestly is that like it's not a cash grabbing gotcha game. It's basically a game that has ads. But yeah, I certainly changed my opinion on this. I'm sorry, Kuya Joe. You and I were supposed to be like anti-mobile, but I just like the D&D that we have. I might have to turn tail and
Well, that's the
Yeah,
thing, though. I mean,
sell out.
well, that's
yes.
the thing. It looks like we've got an even split here. We've got Joe and Shin who were originally anti-mobile. Me personally, I'm very much platform agnostic. Wherever you game, if I don't care, as long as if even if it's a toaster, if you're gaming on your smart fridge, I don't care as long as it's gaming. But
Well, install Doom in there.
what was that? What was that, Joe?
Why, if you can install Doom in your smart fridge, then go.
Yeah, then
Then
play
what?
it for
Sure,
God's
why
sake.
not?
Yes.
I have more respect towards you. If you
Yeah.
can do that, guys.
I'm curious as to what Jose's stand is. What's your stand, Jose?
Um, like Sir Joel, like I'm not really like going after anyone for saying that mobile games aren't worthy of attention or anything. Like if you can play a game on it, then go ahead. Like to spread the joy of video games,
Yeah.
is amazing. And if that's all you can afford to game on, like I know they're expensive, but even the cheapy phones have their games on them. So
Yeah.
just get it where you can get it. Like not like sex, but like mobile.
You might get something else after that, but
But yeah, like just play games wherever you can.
So Jose and I are of the same mind on that one. Joe is the only. It seems that Joe is the only hardcore anti-mobile gamer here, so that's perfectly fine. So we'll see. We'll see.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Oh, really? Because okay, I could
No, I'm
try to
not.
play a bit of a devil's advocate here, but
Hmm.
there is one problem that even I actually have to tell my wife when she plays a mobile game that I still am not used to. Is that when I really we're really going there right now. For those who are not actually seeing our screen and for those who are listening, we just saw a 4 comma that even I was like, really? We're going there right now? There's only one problem going back to the topic here. There's one problem that I have, and that is I'm still not used to just having a very smooth screen to navigate with. And no matter how much you try the best no, okay, no, even I have to actually agree with this picture here because like there's a 4 comma with a mobile saying I'm the best gaming console, and then the PC and console is just laughing and then decided to do a Baki move on the kid. Um, I have to actually admit though that the biggest con that I have besides the ads, besides the gotcha mechanics, besides the let's try to download as many of these things here and yada yada. Um, the controls, I'm still not used to it. I don't know how Momo can actually navigate. She is pretty much like she maneuvers in like Call of Duty like as if she's playing on a PC, and I'm just like, how could you do that? Because I need to have that feeling of whether with a mouse, a keyboard, a controller, a hitbox, or like a fight stick,
The
something.
tactile sense, the sense of tactile feel.
Yes, I need the clackety clack somehow, but I don't have that here. It's so smooth that I'm like basically that's what basically bring me out of the immersion. And sure, it's fun to play with like little puzzle games here and there. It is very, very challenging. It is very addicting. But the moment that you get into the conventional games like first person shooting or like the point and click and whatnot, I don't really see it going further. But what's sad is that I am seeing other games that are coming out right now in mobile that I cannot even believe that is actually in mobile. But we'll get to that much, much later.
It's true. It's true. Yeah. All right. Well, I would say I kind of share Shin's opinion on this, but it could also be an age thing, Shin, and you have to accept the fact that we're getting old already. Miss Momo is, is of a generation that kind of grew up with that with cell phones as their main medium of gaming, as their main platform of gaming.
She would love to hear that.
Yeah, and they adapted to it. They adapted to it well. It's kind of like they slid into the role without any friction. So I guess in their case, it was something that they really adapted to. That they've really it's become part of who they are as gamers. And more power to them. I think it's great. But you and I, being tactile feel people, we need the feedback of buttons and something that
corners.
Something
corners,
that
gates,
gives a reaction when we make a move.
The sound.
Yeah. We got a comment here from Sir Siebert. Sir Siebert, if you're able to, you can come up here.
Yes, please.
Defend
We miss
yourself.
you.
Defend your argument, Sir Siebert. Sir
What?
JDM, could you please read Sir Siebert's comment?
Yeah, JDM. Read upon Siebert's opinion.
Oh, yes. Siebert says, whether we like it or not, mobile gaming is a new thing nowadays. Mobile gamers are gamers wherein it's the platform that we use that differentiates us from them.
Mhm. Well, that's true. And
Yeah.
take note though, mobile games are a huge segment of the revenue stream of video games. Video games are
Yes.
projected to earn, I think, 200 and something billion dollars worldwide in 2026 alone. In just the year 2026 alone, $206 billion.
And
And
it's
a
not because they're
huge chunk of
selling
that is
units.
actually mobile games from the Asia
Yeah.
Pacific region.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and the thing is, Christine and Joel, is that like it's not that they're getting it because this game is expensive or
Hmm.
the DLC is expensive. No, in fact, most of these games are free.
Hmm.
What they get the revenue from is that either kind of like similar to a DLC. Yes, they have like a package for characters like Mobile Legends,
Yeah.
some gacha, booster pack and whatnot. But the biggest reason why they have such a high revenue is that like this is basically ad city galore. If
Yeah.
you could actually make like back in the day, how like YouTube have like this non-stop pop-ups that keeps on popping up on you. And this is before ad blocker existed, right?
Hmm.
This is what you're going to deal with most of those independent games. If the independent game was created by some fella in his basement, best believe in the middle of your game, no matter how challenging it is, an ad would show up.
Hmm.
Okay.
You, you know how they make these ads that they show the close button, but when you try to click on it, it redirects you to the
Oh
to
my
the
god, I
ads.
hate those.
And
Sometimes
then
it
Oh yeah.
moves. When you click it, it moves. Then you have to follow it.
oh no, they did. They actually, some of them are like that. What's annoying in most of these ads, and I'm going to give you guys a bit of a rundown, is that like the ad would show up, right? So you
Hmm.
have 30 seconds to watch it, right? So after you basically see the skip button up on the upper right corner, you click that, right? You still
Hmm.
have 5 seconds where you just have to wait for the thing to disappear.
Yeah.
And here's the what's annoying part. If you accidentally click it way before the timer ends, it might lead you to the app section of your phone where it's going
Hmm.
to download the freaking game.
Yes.
My son just downloaded like 200 plus weird games that even I have no clue how he got that from. And from what I heard from his mom is that it's because the ads were too long that my son was so impatient that next thing you know, I have like 20 new games that I have no clue where it came from.
Well, that's the thing, though, and sometimes the X out button, the button that allows you to cross out the advert, it's so
Yeah,
tiny that you
yeah,
have to use
trust
the
those.
very tip of
Y-
your
Yeah,
nail
your
of your
nails.
finger to try to
I'm
find.
using my pinky nails. I have fingers, so I use pinky freaking nails on those X buttons.
But these
All right.
Exactly. Yes.
these
We
marketing
got a
guys
couple more comments here. One from server Drew. Sir Drew, if you're free, what are you doing down there at the chat? Come up here. Get
Come
your
on
butt
up
up here.
here, Kuya Siebert.
You have the links,
Well,
Sir Siebert. I'll give you
well,
the link.
let's see what Drew has to say. Let's see. Mobile gaming is not a new thing. It's been here for more than a decade. Nintendo has been into the mobile gaming environment for quite some time. It is a money-making platform for less money than what devs spend on PC and consoles to develop. It is over-congested though. Anyway, it's been with us, and they are also gamers. Yeah, that's I completely
Yeah,
agree with Drew on that one. Because of the
yeah,
fact that how most like Shin says, it's the adverts that really make the most money. You know how most a lot of the video game stream no video movie streaming platforms here in the US are free, but have adverts on them. The thing about it
yeah.
is, it doesn't matter how much you pay for the subscription. The adverts will make much more money than you will ever pay on a subscription fee. It's the
Yes.
same way here with video games. The video games are absolutely free. The DLC, they're chump change. But the adverts that show on the video games, they make a lot of money for both the company and whoever developed it. Siebert says something here. No, Jose, you might want to read that one.
He says most Filipinos embrace mobile as their main source of gaming. Why? Because it's cheap. A lot of the games can be downloaded nowadays. There's even a lot of games that are free on mobile.
It's very true. It's very
Indeed.
true.
Very true.
Yeah.
You know what? All right. I'll say, just to be clear, I'm not anti-mobile gaming. Okay.
Yeah, you're right. Okay.
Although I will tell
Want to
you,
go back on episode
I
50?
will admit, I will admit, I did have some prejudice against them
Yeah.
before.
Joe is a
Right.
mobile bigot, you know.
Oh,
Before,
mobile
right?
racist.
I'm a mobile racist before.
Mobile
All right. All right.
Yes.
No, hang on. I'm not a mobile racist. Some of my friends are mobile players. Okay?
Oh, you just went there.
I knew he was
Okay.
gonna pull that.
Okay. Here's the deal, right? So before my hang-ups were
I'm not a mobile racist. I have a phone.
no, I mean because uh for someone who likes to be considered as a gamer, who didn't understood or he didn't grew up back in the 80s, the struggles that we went through, the ups and downs of the industry, okay, not even knowing the history and the consequences of what happened before and what's
Mm,
happening now.
mm,
If you don't even understood the people are behind the industry, not giving them the ample amount of respect and recognition,
mm,
and you still consider yourself as a gamer, I don't think so.
mm,
That was me before.
mm.
Before, all right. I'm not even gonna. Okay, the best that I could do. Okay, I'm not gonna say. I'm not comfortable of using the word mobile gamer. I would say mobile game player. Okay,
Okay,
because when you say a mobile game player, then that means it could be anyone,
that's true.
even the
It can be
casuals, even the casuals.
grandma
Because
playing Candy Crush, you know.
I'm not gonna consider if Sir Joel is playing in mobile, that's
Mm.
fine because he is a gamer even without the cell phone.
No,
Sir
that's
Jose can be a mobile game player even
mm.
with, I know he's a gamer even without the cell phone. Sir JDM, I know he's a gamer even without the cell phone. I know Shin is a gamer even without the cell
Mm.
phone.
It's true.
So for any one of you guys who would say, I play PC, I play console, but I also do mobile games." Of course,
Mm.
there are gamers, dude. I mean, even without the phone, you are still a gamer.
That's
Well,
true.
my problem is that you only play Mobile Legend
Mm.
all throughout your gaming career, and you consider yourself already as a gamer. Fuck you. Oh,
See, it came out. It came out. I knew it. I knew it. His prejudice against MOBA.
Oh, just
muted,
got
by the way.
just got
You're
it
muted.
muted.
no,
There
no,
you
no.
go.
That was me. Oh, but that was me before. Now
Mm,
I have more
mm.
respect
Okay.
towards them.
I see.
All
A little
right.
bit
Okay.
earlier. I
Hey,
believe.
We gotta be
hey.
careful.
I have
Yeah.
more respect towards them because
Mm, mm,
I am mature enough to consider that the industry is moving
mm,
to this kind of direction. All right, this is nothing different from the 80s. Okay, when um when when Pong was first introduced, when the
mm,
arcade were introduced,
mm,
the entertainment industry thought that okay, gaming is the next big thing in entertainment. So a lot
mm,
of the dollars, a lot of investments, both in Japan, America, and then Europe followed suit, right? So it's a big industry. So it's just a matter of it. So it's like the old saying goes: um, the players may have changed, but the game remains the same.
Yes,
Okay,
indeed.
mm.
it's just our technology is getting better. Okay, gaming still gaming regardless of the platform. All right, and mobile gaming, of course. Um, it's like I mean, in the Philippines, being the third country that it is, even even the street kids, even the plebeians, have
the
their
grandmothers.
have their own mobile
Okay,
phone,
let's
right?
put it this way, Chris Joe. All right, you could probably be hanging around in a like a sari sari store, and if you're playing Mobile Legends, right? Even the old lady that's inside the store might even give you a tip on a proper way of laning your characters. That's
Mm.
how popular it is that even I that's when I actually conceded and said, you know what?
Oh no, no, no.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not talking
guess
about the
it's fair to
games.
say.
I'm not talking about the games themselves. I can understand about the games, but saying that that they're gamers.
Now, my question
Oh
to
no, no,
Shin,
no, 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 no. Yeah.
since you're over there in that immersed in that environment, Shin, are you saying that mobile games are pervasive in Philippine society right
Let's
now?
put it yeah, let's put it this way, Quiz Nino Joel, all right? Um in every corner in the Philippines now, and I just recently saw this ever since I came back home, there's what you call a piso net stand.
Hmm.
Each and every corner has one. It's almost like if we had telephone booths back in the day,
Yes.
if you know where a telephone booth is located, that's basically where a piso net is now located at. That's basically where it is. A
Well,
sari store,
define
a
what a
certain
piece of net is.
corner. A piso net is like this one big box where you actually put like a 5 peso coin. Depends on how much you try to put in there, and then it will give you an access for a Wi-Fi.
Oh.
So instead of you playing your games with your data and spending the whole data plan and whatnot, most of these kids and even ladies and wives and uncles, they gather around PisoNet, and then like they were gonna put their money in there, and then next thing you know, some of them are playing like Mobile Legends, COD, Roblox. Um, I literally actually
Which that's
sat
all that
down.
they, which that's the all the games that they know.
Mm.
That sadly, that's basically was the most common one. But
Mm.
Most
there's a
common
big
one,
but
my
here.
ass. That's all they
Yeah.
know.
Oh, come
Just say it how
on.
it
Give
is.
it what happened to your benefit of the doubt? What happened? Because
Just tell how
this
it
is
is.
so I am so surprised.
Ask them anything else if they even know what if there's anything else that they know any other mobile.
Mm.
Oh my god, I can't believe this is the same guy who gave benefits of the doubt on every game out there.
No, no,
And
what
now
I'm saying. No,
yeah.
that was me before. That
That was
Okay,
you
here we
before.
go. Here we go.
that was
Again.
me
Yeah.
before. All right,
Take
this
note
is no
of this on
different.
every
This
time
is
he
not
mentions.
okay. This is no different from the uncles and the aunties back in the 90s when they first played their first brick game, their first Tetris
Mm.
game, and their first Snake game. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Well,
this is no
the
different.
disclaimer of the week, guys. Disclaimer of the
This
week.
is
That
no
was me
different.
before.
Although that Joe makes a good point here. There are people who did come, as JDM would say, from the old days. People who played Nokia games like Snake,
Hey,
Space, the Space Shooter. I completely
Space
forgot
Impact,
what it was called. Yeah, there
bowling.
you
They
go.
even have bowling
Space
back in the
Impact
day.
bowling. Yeah,
Mhm. Yeah, and really, the mobile games have been with us for the longest time. Honestly, and I said it once, and I'll say it again. Anybody who says Snake is not a proper mobile game or is not a proper game can fight me, because that game got me through a lot of times way back when. Got me through a lot
I
of hard times way back when there were brownouts in the Philippines for 6 hours. I would play hours and hours of Snake. So yeah.
and
yeah, because you have no choice.
you have a good point
Exactly.
there. You have a good point there, Christine and Joel, because we play video games even back in our youth, not just
Mm,
because of entertainment, but because we are challenged.
mhm.
There's something about it that entices us to come back and feel that we need to get a high score. We need to actually pass this level,
Yes.
and that's basically is like the standard that we need to go through. Like, yes, okay, not that I'm defending the ML people here, but there is an enticing appeal to it, besides the fact that you have a characters that are like Filipinos in there, or that you have like characters that are really alluring and whatnot, and it looks
Mhm.
like you're playing Dota or something. But the
Mhm.
thing is that like it challenges them, and then at the same time, there is still that that missing community spirit that we all missed
That's true.
back in the
That's true.
arcade days.
That's true. That's
Funny
true.
enough is that it's actually still alive. It's just
Mm.
that it's on a computer shop now or an internet cafe.
Yeah.
And it's
So what you're
so
saying is
alive.
like the culture, the community culture that was pervasive back in the 90s and early 2000s with cyber cafes like Netopia and all the people playing Counter Strike and Rogue Spear kind of have transitioned into mobile games nowadays in the Philippine scene. Is that right?
Yeah, well, most of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like earlier today, when I actually grabbed dinner from for the family,
Mm-hmm.
I was next to a computer shop where there's a lot of guys. Or almost some of them are our age, some of them are like like the teenagers, and even though they just played inside the computer shop, they went
Mm-hmm.
outside, go for a smoke break, and they whipped out their phones, and then there they are. They're playing a campaign. Some of them are playing like some independent games. Some are actually playing MOBA games. Some are actually playing other games that are, gotcha like games. Like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
you're into anime. I'm surprised. I had a bit of a discussion with them earlier, and I was like, I asked them some questions, and most of them, the gateway was ML because
Mm-hmm.
you have like
Mobile
you
Legends.
have like yeah, you have an e-sport, and then at the same time, here's the best reasoning that I've heard from all of them, and this is almost like unanimous. It's
Mm.
because it's portable Dota for them. What's the
I
point
see.
of going to the internet cafe to play Dota if I can actually play almost the same thing, a little
Mm.
bit much more compact, and it's in my phone?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh no, my interpretation is like, okay, people are playing Mobile Legends, so I'm gonna play Mobile Legends anyway.
Oh
Mm.
no, no,
Okay.
no, no, no. Most of them are
There
just
are
players
other
that always
stuff
find like,
other than Mobile Legends. Okay, okay.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, there's Dota, and then there's also like the other MOBA games or MOBA games out there. Oh, Kuya Bernal Drew actually said something in the chat here. What the newer pure MBL Genshin COD mobile players are lacking is exposure to other games and platforms our generation was hungry for. All the experiences, we wanted to try them all. This new gen is content with what's hype and easily accessible.
That's
I will fight you a little bit on that one because you mentioned COD mobile, and Kuya Bernal, I love you and all, but this is I'm defending my wife's honor on this one.
okay.
She is also, well, a little bit of a background because my wife is actually a huge Sony fan. She actually plays more on the PSP back in the day.
Oh.
But it's not just that, like, she actually, I do agree with the whole thing where it's the accessibility, but it's also because of the fact that it still has that amount of challenge that other games that we used to play still has. The only draw that it has is that, like, you don't feel the buttons, you don't feel the same immersion that you have when you're holding a handheld. But if you actually find some by the way, there's some paraphernalias out there that are being sold online where you can connect it to your phone, and it feels like as if you're already holding a Steam Deck of some sort.
Okay.
I,
Yeah.
I'm planning to buy one of those and just show it to you guys just to annoy Kuya Joe. But
Mm.
um yeah, it's like
All right.
I do agree with the whole thing about, like, the generation was hungry for all the experiences. We wanted to try them all. Though we have to give them a bit of a benefit of the doubt with the hype thing, because it's not really much about the hype. It's more of the which what you said is the accessibility.
Fine. Okay. Speaking of Snake games, since we spoke about Snake games and history, let's throw this bone to the Symbian games. Okay, I know this topic is all about Android and iOS, but I think we can insert at least one. And we got Sir JDM. Sir JDM, uh,
JDM.
Well,
can you give us at least one Symbian games before we head up to the Android and the iOS?
Mm.
I think that started it all. Go.
Um, One of the popular Symbian games that you can see on mobile phones um, in the mid 2000s is Splinter Cell by Gameloft. It's a platformer stealth game. It's a standalone game. Actually, it spawned a couple of games, and it's based on the Splinter Cell series by Ubisoft. So I don't know if Gameloft is what they call this. is directly is like Ubisoft. They're just using a different name.
Oh, did they? Were they bought out or something? How's the? Oh,
I
is this
know.
the one?
Maybe they're just these. I guess they're just the mobile like developers that ask maybe they ask rights. They were given the rights to make Splinter Cell games on Nokia phones. I think I saw this. It can also be installed in an what do you call this? The Nokia Engage.
Yeah, the Engage.
Oh,
Yes.
right.
In the Engage,
Like if
yes.
you play, like if you're playing a Nokia, if you're playing this on a Nokia, what specific model can you play Splinter Cell?
Um, Forgot the
The
uh
ones with the vertical orientation. I think the 6800, the Nokia, and
yeah,
6800 and the Engage. I think. Yeah.
Right.
yeah.
Hmm.
And
Okay.
I even saw I had a was it the 6630, the one the that bar phone with a huge butt. That's what I called it because it's circular in the bottom. So anyway,
I
it's like
remember that
the
one.
I if you remember the 6600, it's like the cousin of that phone. And I don't think I played this one, but I played the first Splinter Cell game,
Oh yeah,
which was
that's what I
based on
was
the first
remembering. The
game.
Nokia 6600. Yeah, that was a good one. Yeah.
I think that's one of the most popular colored phones back then. If you
Yeah.
have it, you're like the coolest kid in the school. So this is one of those games, and then you also have, I think, God of War.
Mm.
Really?
Yeah,
The
you have
Symbian
God of
game?
War. You have
Really?
I played God of War. It's the same. It's also a platformer, which is it's a platformer the originally, right, for the PS2.
God of
It's
War,
like
really?
this, yeah, but it's a 2D platformer instead of
Is this
a
the one?
3D. Yes, that's the one.
Oh,
That one. I remember that.
Oh
I
yeah.
remember playing this back in college when we're still waiting for the professors to come in.
so this is
And
this game like God of War for the Symbian, for the Symbian mobile games. So this is what like late 2000s, I'm guessing.
yeah, I think mid 2000s before. I think this came out maybe around the
Yeah, because
second game.
God of War for PlayStation what came out what during the late 2000s already.
Yes.
So I doubt
So
this
it
would
was,
because I doubt this would have come first before the PS2 version.
yes. So this is a platform action platformer like um Castlevania. If you take a look at it.
Metroid, kind of like a Metroidvania kind of
Yeah.
thing. Okay.
I can't say it's Metroidvania because it's pretty much straightforward, but
It kind
you
of plays
have
more like I don't know, Golden Axe
yes,
kind
but instead of a beat 'em up, it's a platformer as well.
of a platformer.
Mhm.
And
And it's
Golden Axe kind of platformer.
yeah. And what I like about it is it uses you see familiar game mechanics like collecting uh, enemy souls. Then you have this like a flock of enemies coming at you, just like in the PS2 game. You're overwhelmed with enemies that you just beat easily. Then there's this um, like mini boss battles like this one.
All right.
So
So that was Splinter Cell and God of War representing the Symbian games, the Nokia Symbian games.
those
Oh,
are
oh,
like the triple A games for the
the
Symbian.
AAA. There you go.
I I don't think if I don't know if Splinters. I mean, I don't know if God of War is a Symbian game, but I remember installing I think it's a Java game as well because
It is a Java game. Yeah.
yeah, there are different formats actually. One is Symbian, then one is JRE or JAR, the file format. So they use a different um like SDK or uh like an encoder or something like that. But Symbian games are much more compatible with Nokia phones compared with the Java or JRE games.
These were the days when you would go to your local Changi and trick out your phone with lots of different LEDs and customized ringtones and
Backlight.
everything, and
Can
little
you even
little.
install those on a Motorola or
Oh
Alcatel?
yeah. Mm.
Those
What
games,
would
really? I
would
mean,
they
like for
run?
example, like
Like,
for the AAA Symbian games. I mean, can you install that in the Motorola or the Alcatel models?
not that I recall. No,
Not that I
they were
recall, because
almost
it's mostly
exclusively
about
for
Nokia, right?
Nokias. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
it's
They're specifically made
because
from Nokia.
here in the Philippines, Nokia phones are much more popular than like Sony Ericsson and
Right.
those other um, those other phone brands. So there are games on Sony Ericsson as well, but I'm not sure how they're installed because whenever I see my dad when he comes home uh, from UAE, his mobile phones are always almost Sony Ericsson, and those are just like four lines of characters. I mean, four lines that you can just for texting. That's it.
Right. Oh, joining back in the Timeless Gamer Show, we got Sir Seabird defending the
Yay!
honor of the mobile
Hey,
gamers.
Welcome back,
Uh,
Quincy. We miss you.
i- is the audio just
yes,
fine?
we can hear you.
Okay, okay,
Very clear,
all right.
man.
I'm not exactly a mobile gamer, but it's something that we need to accept nowadays because most of my kids, they no longer want to play with me with my consoles. They just want to sit around and just play with their games on the mobile, that is. So I'm trying to learn how they do it, especially ML. So I hate it because
Ooh,
I used to play back in the days Dota 2.
Exactly.
So I hate to learn those because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be hooked once I started it. So
Yeah,
it's nice to be back, being part of
indeed.
this wonderful people on Tireless Gamers, wonderful,
We
handsome
miss
people.
you.
I just want to share because this is one of the things I miss. I love Kuya Jose's collection. That was an amazing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles collection. Man, I hope you could share more about that because I'm a big fan as well of
Oh yeah,
Teenage Mutant.
I think I have them all, so I'll post a picture. I think they finally all came
Oh,
through.
even the NES titles,
Yes.
Famicom titles.
he has them
Great.
all.
He has a
Tune in next week, and he
awesome
might
collection.
wear the mask of what's that guy? The one with the
Kevin
hard
Nash,
hat.
Shredder.
Casey
Yeah.
All
Jones.
right.
AC Jones,
Since
yeah.
JD
Casey
since
Jones.
JDM
Casey
mentioned
Jones.
Casey Jones, there you go. So since JDM mentioned something about God of War, I I I wanted to share this because I hit the jackpot when I saw this on Marketplace. It's I s- I hit the jackpot in a way that I got it really cheap. So speaking of God of
Here we go. Here
War,
we go.
Show and
Here we go.
yeah,
tell.
I miss this. I miss it so much.
this is something I have to be honest, guys. I only got this for how much is $20 in
A
pesos?
thousand
Around
About a
pesos.
thousand,
$1,000.
a thousand pesos.
About a
Yeah.
thousand. About
I
a
got this
thousand.
for 1,000 peso. It's complete. Came with all the manuals, the games that's included in it, and it's a God of War.
Oh my
PSP.
God.
There
Oh,
is
God
a
of
God
War
of
Special
War
PSP for
edition.
1,000
PSP
Beautiful.
Nice.
pesos.
edition.
Yeah, but I also
Very
have
The
good.
movie? No.
the Ratchet
What?
and Clank. But this is something that, man, I always dream of
Still
having one
sealed.
because it's really expensive
Still
nowadays.
sealed.
It's not. And no, it's not. It's actually not
That's fine.
working when I first got it, but I had it.
Oh, it's not working.
I had it cleaned and all. No, no, it's working now. So
Oh, it's working now.
Okay.
Okay, nice,
Yeah, but
nice.
for 20
yeah,
bucks, it's still fine.
$20. It
Yeah.
came with all
Fine.
those.
That's fine. Spruce it up a bit.
Anyway,
That's fine.
it's $20. Imagine $20. So anyway,
Ooh.
that's for me. And my game for
Wow.
the this week, I got this from. I hope I told Dennis to watch the show because I wanted to take him. I got this from from our friends at Classic Gaming Lapagan. So I got this from Sir Dennis Francis Barcelo. It's my game for the week. I'm gonna play this weekend.
Zombie Revenge for the Sega Dreamcast.
That was my
Yeah,
zombie
I'm big.
game.
I
Yeah,
I
that
was
was your
hoping
zombie
that
game. Hmm.
yeah, I was hoping that
How
our
much is it?
friends
How much was
from
it?
UK's. This one I got from Sir Dennis for around it's same with the God of War, around $20. So not bad.
Okay.
But I've
For a
also wanted
Dreamcast game, sure.
to play this. Yeah, it's a rare game, especially if you're here in the Philippines. It's hard to get a hold of games like this from the Dreamcast. So Sir Dennis, if you're watching, thank you. So that's it for me. So I'm happy to be here. So I'm also a mobile gamer. I'm trying to be a mobile gamer, but if you're gonna be
He's
asking me
Sir
on
Stephen
my,
is a mobile game player.
I wanted to be a mobile game player as well. All right, because I tried. Back in the days, I had a Nokia 3310, and that's the games that I play most of the time is either the snake and the shooting thing.
Space Impact.
What is it called again?
Space
Space
Impact.
Impact. That's it. That
Space
was the
Space
game.
Impact,
Space
yeah.
Impact.
Mhm.
Yeah. If there was a competition about Space Impact, I could be a runner-up perhaps,
Oh, there
because I've been
you
playing
go.
that for for most of my years back in high school, and um, it's something that I'm appreciating now because I have to be honest. Back in the days, because we're console gamers, so we collect games. So at first I had a hard time actually appreciating it because it kills it doesn't really kill because if you compare this with music CD back in the days when there's no YouTube, when there's no Spotify, music CD was big back in the days. So when this platform came in where you can download stuff and just easily search, it's the same thing with games nowadays. You can actually do that on a mobile phone, but it's different because music CD, um, that there's a difference with them, but the feel of having it physically is something that we can mobile gamers nowadays cannot probably appreciate because Filipinos nowadays they tend to appreciate something that's cheap, that's easily accessible, and
Indeed.
it's something that I have to be honest. I'm learning to I'm appreciating it now. It's because of that said reason that it is accessible and there are new games that's coming out constantly that we can try
Mhm.
out for free
That's correct. That's correct.
and
I
and
mean,
and
Sir Joel will also Sir Joel will agree to this in terms of game preservation. Not everyone can just buy like an NES, Super Nintendo, Mega Drive, Genesis, PS1. But with emulation right now, you can run like like RetroArch on your on any mobile phone right now,
Yeah.
and you can play
Very
all
true.
of those.
Mhm.
Everybody can enjoy the old games
Mhm.
that we used, right? So in that respect, okay, fine. See, I told you, but that was me before. Yeah, All the right. mobile racist concedes a little bit. Okay. Okay, so let's talk about the Android slash
Mm.
iOS video games right now. So each of us here will have will show at least one
Mm.
our pick
for Android/iOS video games. Now, this could be available on Android only, could be available on the iOS only, or available for both. So let's head with Sir Jose first. Sir Jose, what you got?
Okay, my game is called Flight Control. It came out for Android and iOS, and there is an HD version available on Steam. And surprisingly, it also came out as DSiWare, if you guys remember that. And then apparently in Japan and Europe, it came out on the PlayStation Network as well. So it's been all over the place. But in this game, you play as an air traffic controller, and you basically just guide planes to runways, but there's specific air runways they have to go to. So there'll be blue planes that can only go to the red runway. There'll be red planes that can only go red. They'll throw in helicopters that will go to helipads. There we go. And then there's also that's the very first level, very basic, and then it starts to add in like sea landing and stuff like that. And basically what you're trying to do is make the planes land and not crash into each other, because it'll get crazy at one point where there's so many planes, or if you don't time them out right, they will crash into each other. But it does give you a little heads up when they start to get close. It'll start beeping, and you can redirect one really quick and draw a line and make it like take its time to come back.
So you're basically like a clock. What's that word?
It's
tower?
like a time management game, basically.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, like you're basically the control tower kind of guy.
Yeah.
Like you're directing traffic, which planes will go into the runway first.
Yes.
Unless of course they're gonna crash.
Yeah, so right there was like they were gonna crash, but he landed right before they touched, so
Right.
they're good.
Oh,
And there's a fast forward button, so because they are kind of slow.
They are kind of slow.
Yeah, and then I know there's been a bunch of updates, but I think I stopped playing after they added the updates, because they added an Australian map that has Royal Air Force planes, and those cannot be guided. They go on their own track, so those you really have to watch out for with the other planes.
So you basically have to avoid those ones.
Yes, yeah, you have to let them do their own thing while you're trying to navigate around them.
Then.
And the game was only $5, no ads. Just play as much as you want.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, almost. There's not much to it.
So question, like, are you only playing like one airfield, or for every stage
there's different airfields.
Okay.
Because they'll add an airfield that has a water element to it, and only certain planes can land in the water.
So when you get to a certain point, there's multiple airfields where you guide multiple planes to.
Yes.
Wow. Now that can get complicated.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow. And
I mean, this kind of looks like kind of looks like an easy premise, like no stress at all. I mean, to me, this kind of looks like a less stressful mobile game. I mean, compared to Mobile Legends, I mean, this is just chill.
Yeah.
can you direct a plane, Jose, to circle around if the runway's full?
Yes. So right here, like how there's so many there's so many planes, you can make one fly around the edge if you wanted. And then, or you can even redirect it really quickly, and then like if you see that it's free, you can guide it back.
Oh, there's the water here. Okay.
Yes. There you go.
But are they constrained by time or by fuel? Like if a plane is
no,
okay,
they have infinite fuel somehow.
I see, okay. That would have been
so there's no Sir Joe was just asking me, like there's no external factors that you should consider, like so they can just go roaming around around air, waiting for them to land. Like there's no fuel.
There's a newer update that added that.
Now, it would be an interesting thing to factor in if some planes are running low on fuel. Then you have to prioritize those, right?
More pressure, right?
I do want to get the Steam version because I do kind of miss playing this because I used to play it a lot. So I'll have to check back with you guys and see what's different and what they added.
Joel likes his games micromanaged.
Oh yeah,
Match
absolutely.
managing.
It's
Yeah,
because of us. He's a sim guy. So
it's true. It's true. I have to factor in fuel. I have to factor in the fact that maybe the plane might be running low on food, and the passengers are getting cranky. They don't get their peanuts on the flight anymore.
So, some
I
more
think this.
like
I mean, this game kind of promotes like or your organizational skills and your patience.
Oh yeah. Mm. All
to
right.
speak
Nice.
more about how the game did. It says it was the number one downloaded paid app in
Mm.
over 20 countries and sold over 3.8 million copies worldwide.
You know what it kind of reminds me of, Jose? A little bit of Diner Dash, a little bit,
Yes.
because of the fact that with
Yes.
Diner Dash, you have to manage, customers coming in, putting them in the proper colored tables, taking their orders and everything, but making sure that they are served properly.
Mhm.
With this game, it looks like it's going to be a little bit on that line, but
Yeah.
it stops to the point where they've already landed. So okay, that's cool.
Would have been like
That's cool.
would be a nice addition if like there like the passengers are like cussing you out. What's taking so long? Like
Yeah.
something like dialogue. Like was in so long, or we're gonna crash, or or there's a kill count, like for every plane, for every chopper that you crash.
Instead
There's a
of
kill.
air traffic control, now it becomes Die Hard or something. What? Die Hard 2. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
More like Top Gun. You know how
That's
hard that thing was? Okay. All right. So that was flight control for the Android and iOS coming from Sir Jose. A very chill kind of game. Kind of looks like chill, but the more planes that you have, more chapters that you have, the stress adds piling up. All right. How about Sir Joe? What you got?
all right. In my case, it's a game that I've been playing on mobile for the longest time. It's a game called Pixel Dungeon. For those of you who are not familiar, Pixel Dungeon it's a roguelike dungeon crawler game. For those of you who are not familiar with the genre, a roguelike is a game where every time that you go through it, it is a new dungeon every single time. It's procedurally generated, and you have to go down lower and lower and deeper into every dungeon. You have to fight monsters. You have different classes. It's much like our game here with Eric, Dungeons and Dragons. And basically, you guide a character step by step, every point that you move down the dungeon, and you manage your resources like your weapons, your armor, the items that you get to pick up, the potions, the food. Hunger is a factor here. The longer that you stay, every step that you take increases your hunger meter, and the hungrier you get, the less damage your character deals to the monsters. And it's quite it's quite fascinating in the sense that it's not a real time thing. Every step you take, the monster takes a step too. So if you move away from the monster comes after you one step too. If you move towards the monster comes towards you, and you tap the monster, you attack the monster, and the monster gets to attack you at the same time. It's also a maze, and lots of hidden secrets. Walls can contain hidden doors. Floors can contain traps. You go down further and further into the dungeon. The monsters get stronger and stronger. I've never actually finished this game, but the nice thing about it is anytime you stop the game and you exit out of it, it saves where you are in the game. And whenever you jump back into the game, that's where you are again. Of course, it's a bad thing if you leave when you're fighting a monster. When you come back, the monster is still right there in front of you, and you're fighting it. Of course, traps can be activated, gas can be released in the room. Potions are not identified from the very beginning. When you pick up a potion, you have no idea, and it's all randomly generated. You pick up a potion, you don't know if it's an invisibility potion, you don't know if it's a potion that'll cause you to dance uncontrollably and whittle down your hit points because you're getting tired and you're getting hungry. wands can cast fireball spells and everything. So it's basically a Dungeons and Dragons session in your pocket. And get this, it's absolutely free. There's no ads. There's no DLC. It's constantly being developed. It's open source too. So that means that anybody can take the source code, add to it, modify it, make it so that the monsters are harder to kill, easier to kill. Different kinds of monsters can show up. Um, it's free to download and play. You go to the author's page, and you can either donate whatever you like, but you can just say, take me to the downloads, and you can download it straight into your either your Windows computer or your or onto your cell phone. And it's like the kind of game where you will spend hours upon hours, and it's a testimony, as you can see in a lot of the Steam reviews, where people will still recommend it even after they've gotten killed. Oh, another thing about it is it's got permadeath. So when you die in this game, all you are screwed. There's You start from the very top of this dungeon again, and have to work your way all the way to the bottom. So it is a hard as nails dungeon crawler, randomized experience every single time. Different classes. You can be a fighter, you can be a mage, you can be a thief and everything, and different classes have different abilities. But yes, Pixel Dungeon and its variants like Shattered Pixel Dungeon are my recommendation for mobile game, because it is absolutely free. It captures the flavor of classic Dungeons and Dragons gameplay, and you know no adverts, no microtransactions. It is the purest form of mobile game that I've found that you can play while you're on the go. It's gotten me through countless hours of sitting around waiting for the missus while she's shopping for groceries. And I think it's going to be doing the same thing for you. You'll learn as you play. It can get very frustrating, but you'll keep coming back for more. Yeah. All right. That's Dungeon. What do you guys think from the footage that you guys are seeing on the screen?
Is it just one character that you're controlling, or are
Yes,
there going
it's
to be
just one
party
character that
members?
you control, but you can choose different
Uh,
classes. Like the mage has more magical power. You'll be able to cast more magical spells. The fighter, of course, is much more uh, brawler type. Where you can come up to monsters and punch the heck out of and punch the lights out of it. But the mage tends to be long range. The thief tends to use bows and arrows more. You can throw stuff and everything. So yes, you can only control one character, and you delve down into the dungeon as deep as you can until you get killed. Yes.
Another one of those Diablo type of games
A
Mm.
little bit. Yes.
wherein you, yeah.
Inventory
Anyway,
management. Yes, you were
okay.
you were about to say.
I guess it's my turn. I'll
Mhm.
I'll I'll share mine.
All
Because the
right,
thing
go
is
for
with
it, Seabird.
mobile games, um, honestly, I used to hate mobile games because the thing is, most mobile games are like the types of games that you play when you're not doing anything. It's more like a chill out game. You get your phone and just check random stuff to play on, right? So
Or when you're
when
on the
we're
shitter,
playing our
things like that.
yeah, same with that. So um, it never compares to us as a console gamer because we know what we're going to play, and it's different from mobiles because it's something that it's easily accessible. So it's hard to actually choose a game because there's always a port of something from the mobile game. Some of the games are emulated, some are reimagining of another game from another console. So we get that a lot. So I hate I don't want the mobile gamers to get offended, but most of the games that you play there is more like a port of something from another console. So, but then again, it's something that's new and it's in, and I'm it's something that I'm getting hooked in as well. So one of the games that I'm really hooked on with mobile games is those games that plays with your mind, like the word those simple games like the word puzzles that's free on mobile. Um, there's this game that I got hooked on that my son introduced to me. It's called Kingdom Rush.
Kingdom
Are you familiar with
Rush.
this game? Yeah, it's also free for the mobile. The original version was free for mobile. The game, the way it works is like how do you say that? It's like a castle game. Tower defense game. There you go. So if you're familiar with tower defense games, so you actually position one of your you position one of your it's like a cartoony tower defense game wherein you position your arsenal on a certain spot to not let those creeps attack your base.
This
So
kind of reminds me of
that
Castle
is
Crashers, kind of.
something like that. Yes, I haven't played that Castle Cry. I may need to check that as well. So because the thing is with this game is like the twist is that the player can they place the barracks on certain location and they send their footmen onto the field. So that the
Mm.
way the battle works is that enemies tend to creep slowly onto the tower, and you just place those barracks to defend your tower, and by by um, by shooting them as they creep in onto your base. So it's a simple game. It's also free. So I'm trying to remember those games back in the days that has the same feel. Um, uh, it's not Worms, but uh, it's a fun cartoony like game that you might want to check out. It's also free for the
Yeah.
iOS,
Okay.
by the way.
Uh, can you make this bigger? Like they're kind of small.
Yes, you can actually upgrade that, and it can be upgraded those barracks,
Oh
and
no
they
no
can
no.
be
Joe is asking if you
more.
can zoom into the characters.
No,
I mean,
that's the thing.
because so we're showing the footage. Is this really this small? Like if I'm playing this on my Android phone, am I actually gonna see these these characters this
Well,
small, or can you
that's
at
the
least
thing with
zoom
mobile.
in, zoom
Yeah,
out, kind of?
unfortunately, it's not. It's something that depends on your how big your phone that you're using in.
Uh,
That's but it's a fun game. So it's something that
yeah, it is
when you're
fun.
stuck in traffic and well you're in the loo or something, not doing anything. Well, it's something to
No,
pass
because
the
I'm
the
only
time.
asking because you don't need to see all of the trees. All the action is going on in the middle anyway. So I was just wondering if you can just zoom in into the action. You don't need the background for this.
Well, that's the thing with
Unless of
mobile.
course there are
So
some
it's
unless of
limited.
course there are some sneak attacks going on the side.
So Joe was like, what's the movie? Zoolander? What is this? A game
Ants.
for ants?
True. Anyway, that's it for
Thoughts,
me.
gentlemen.
Yeah, it's tower defense is a very popular genre of mobile games because of the fact that it allows you to strategize, it allows you to manage your resources, and it allows you to see the immediate results of your planning. I would say, yeah, it stands to reason that Kingdom Rush is one of those games that can get popular, especially in mobile. That's the nice thing about mobile games. Also, it's not resource intensive in terms of what you're going to be using in terms of what you are holding, but it will engage your mind, especially when it comes to the planning section. So yeah, I can see the appeal of this. Yes.
So your idea, what can you say?
I'm not really a fan of these kinds of games because
Really? Not even Plants
No,
and
but
Zombies?
because it's for me it's too stationary. Uh, what you
Oh.
do is you just like place the towers in certain places. Then
But that's
once
the whole
the
point, though.
yeah,
Let,
this is not my
let the enemy come to you.
this is why I'm not really into tower defense games. I would rather
You would be the
play
aggressor in this case.
yeah
Well, if that's the case, JDM,
if
then
I
you'll
could
like
move
another
around.
game that flips the tower defense game on its head. It's called Anomaly Warzone Earth, where basically aliens have invaded the Earth already, and they're the ones with the towers, and you're the one sending your troops through them to
Ah, it's like
try to
D-Day.
fortify your troops, make their troops stronger as they go through those towers to try to get through the final objective. You might like that one, Anomalies Warzone Earth. You
Yeah.
might check that one out.
Or
Is that
maybe
on
a
mobile?
game.
Sorry, JDM, you were
Uh,
saying?
I think Sergio was asking if it's a mobile game.
Anomaly Warzone Earth, yes, it is a mobile game. Yes,
Uh,
you might want to try that one out too.
no,
There
I
you
mean, I could play that, but I would like to be defending this area, but I will be able to move around
go.
instead of just staying in the tower. It's
I
like this is like um, what's that game? Beachhead.
Beachhead, yes,
Yeah,
I love Beachhead. That was a great
it's
game.
like it's like the D-Day simulator, right? You're the like the gunner, and you have to keep the soldiers away from your tower or
Mm,
bunker.
yeah. Oh, I love that game. Beachhead was amazing. I played hours and hours of Beachhead. Yeah.
Um, Sir Joel might know the answer to this because he likes farming games. We got a
Mm,
question from Miss Irene. Is there a mobile gardening game so
yes.
that the kids can know how to learn how to plant vegetables?
Well, I'm not sure about planting vegetables. Recently, I've been playing a game on which Netflix has had section in its mobile app right now. We can download mobile games. It's called Vineyard Valley, where you build
Vineyard
gardens.
Valley.
Yeah, where you build gardens around a hotel because of the fact that you're rebuilding a hotel. But yeah, I would not be surprised, Miss Irene, if there is a game now much like the old Farmville game. Instead of farms though, where you build flower gardens, I would not be surprised. I haven't delved into it yet, but just for you, we will do our research for you, Miss Irene, and we will look around for it. This one naman is a match three game, but you build resources through matching three jewels, and then you kind of make sure those vineyards are built up. That's another I noticed one thing about mobile games. Match three is a huge thing. Tower defense is a huge thing. Resource time management, like Jose said, is a huge thing. So they kind of fall into those categories, don't they, Jose?
Yeah, they do.
Mhm. Yeah, there's certain genres for mobile games that really that really are featured in it. So I'd say yeah, modern mobile games on Android and iOS are falling into that, but older games are actually much more innovative, I would say. Like in the old days of Snake and Space Impact. I wouldn't be surprised. So yeah. All right, next. Who's up next?
Do we got Shin
Hmm.
available now?
Yes, I
Brother?
am.
All right. Your turn, brother.
Oh, so the game that I would like to introduce for you guys is called Dark Knight. ARKNIGHT. It's basically it's like
What was
an
that?
anime game in a way that where you
What was it?
basically have like a castle, defend the castle kind of thing. You have a wave of enemies coming out, and all of
Sorry,
your
Shin. What was the
characters
name of the game?
are all varied types of warriors, character classes, and it's up to you to position them in
I
the
think I
game
think he's got a delay
for the
right now, so he
position
might not be
or
hearing us.
if they if one of the enemies pass through all of your characters and go um into your base, basically, you actually get a damage.
Wait, hang on.
So you have to be really, really smart in making sure to actually position all of them where you're actually
Right. I think
yeah, it's
I think Shin
Dark
might
Knight,
need to
Arc,
restart.
sorry, not Arc Knight, ARKNIGH.
I'll I'll just drop Shin for now,
Oh,
bro.
I'm cutting in
Yeah,
and out.
yeah. I think there's some delay coming to your end.
Oh yeah,
Might Can you do a restart or
yeah,
so we
yeah. Give me
can we can hear you like the whole time.
oh, gotcha. Give me a sec.
All right. So while we're waiting for Shin, I'll go on ahead with mine. So this game is inspired. Well, we've been playing some Dungeons and Dragons for the last few for the last few weeks, and when I was looking for a mobile game that I would like to to showcase, I'm a RPG player. You know me, and the one thing that I like that I'm playing with RPGs, I like we usually because I don't have that much time. I usually play RPGs with a guide with me, and I'm like, okay, what are JRPGs that I can play in a mobile? And I'm like, okay, if I'm gonna play, and there are a lot of JRPGs that came out for the mobile, for Android and iOS for the last couple of years or so, and I'm like, I might need a, you know what I mean? Like I can't really play these on the go because most likely I'm gonna need a guide to know where I'm supposed to go. I mean, sure I can go freestyle, but that's not really that's not my style really. So I like something that's a little bit more that it's a little bit more linear, but at the same time it would also give you some free reign on where to go and what to do without relying much on a game guide. You can just go whenever and just let the game dictate you where to go without much of any consequence. So my game is Knights of Pen and Paper. Knights of Pen and Paper. So for those who are for those who are aware, those who are familiar with Dungeons and Dragons, this is basically it. So there's a dungeon master right in front of you. There's a table. There's a dungeon master, and uh, 1 to 5 players can play. Okay, you being the first player, you can choose whichever class that you would like, whether it's a mage, druid, warrior, cleric, rogue,
Annoying
different
dwarf.
and you can also choose what kind of person you are like. For the first iteration of the game, there's like a grandma, the neighbor kid, the pizza guy, uh, the businessman. Like all different kinds of people from all walks of life playing Dungeons and Dragons, basically. There's the jock, there's the nerd, there's the geek, and like for example, I'm basing my characters from our Dungeons and Dragons persona. So I got the jock who is the mage. So I like being ironic. Like uh, in this case, the jock would be the melee fighter. But no, I made him the mage, the
Yeah.
jock, and I made the nerd the warrior.
Hmm.
So I try to be fun like that. And this game is not really that much. Will not eat much of your phone memory.
Hmm.
Uh, it, when I installed it, it's like only like less than 400 megabytes of uh, of of memory because with the latest JRPGs that you're gonna see in the Play Store, the iOS store, it's like at least 1 gigabyte of memory that's gonna eat up your phone memory. I'm like, I don't want that. I mean, I need all of those memory in my phone for for non-safe for work kind of stuff. So, other console, and playing this,
Yeah.
I was
Johnny
able.
needs the space for his, prawn. Okay.
I need my space for my porn. Okay.
Fine.
You mean science for
So
science?
and for science, for human biology. Am I
And
right? What I'm saying?
anatomy. Gotta make sure that they're all proportional and
No, 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 no,
correctly
no.
functioning.
So with Knights of Pen and Paper, so like I told you guys, so it's basically Dungeons and Dragons, very linear, really. At the first, you'll have enough cash to create up to 3 characters. The more you progress with the game, the more gold that you'll get, and the more gold that you'll get, you'll be able to unlock player 4, player 5. There's no in-game transactions here. Okay, every revenue that you'll get will be coming from the game. There's no paid ads. There's no pay as you play kind of thing. No, nothing. So the more you grind for experience, the more you grind for gold coins, the more perks that you will unlock. Okay, so grinding. For those RPG players who likes to grind, this game is quite generous, really, with their experience points and their gold. And uh, for when you're buying our items, like I mentioned, you don't need a credit card for this. All of the revenue that you'll need will be coming from the game itself, as long as you are doing your part. The game will reward you accordingly. The item shop, where you can buy your equipment. Oh, for the items and the accessories here will depend on what level your characters are. Like for example, there are certain items and equipment here that you can only equip if you're level 5 or level 10. So let's just say there's an item that you've unlocked and it says level 10 minimum. That means if your character is level 8, you cannot equip that thing. So you need to equip. So you need to level up your characters in order to equip certain items and accessories that will give you some buffs. Okay, quite stationary. Okay, when you think about it, because in the end of the in the by the end of the day, it's just your characters on the table, imagining that they're going on in a quest. There's a It's quite simple. The user interface. So there's the campaign, there's the map, there's the inn, there's the quest, there's the items menu, there's the settings. So if you press the double sword logo, that means it's a campaign. So basic campaign meaning you are free to encounter monsters along the way. Okay, so that means that in a certain area or a town there might be some rats or some bats that you can fight freely. Just choose the double swords logo, the campaign logo, and you can fight whenever, wherever. You don't. There's no encounter. There is some encounter right here, but if you're traveling in the but if you just want to grind, like if you really like grinding for gold or experience, just keep just keep choosing that option, and you'll fight enemies whenever you wish. For the map logo, so there's this imaginary map that the dungeon master drew, and depending which way you want to go, there are different kinds of towns or different kinds of dungeons that you can go. However, be sure that you read every detail because
Oh, Joe went on mute. I think he accidentally went on mute. There you go. Oh, there you go. So read every detail, Joe. I think he's.
Right. My microphone is acting up. Okay, so
Okay.
read every detail in the map because there's a level cap. There's a level cap there, meaning, like for example, if all of your characters are below level 10, but that dungeon requires you to be at least there's the level cap there. There's a minimal cap of level 20. That means chances are, if your party of less than level 10 go to that dungeon, sooner chances are you might end up dead. Okay. This game auto saves. This game auto saves. So whatever you progress in the game, it just auto saves. Auto saves for you. It's quite addicting, really, because you don't because it's quite linear slash non-linear in a sense, because you can go whenever you can go wherever you want to go. There are you don't really need a guide for this. So you can just play this on the go. You can just play this whenever. If you just want to, if you're just waiting in line, or you're sitting idle waiting for your part to finish their shopping, just do some campaigns. Just do some grinding. Just level your characters up. Then go to a dungeon. Uh, the more you go to a dungeon, the more items that you'll get. There's also the quest icon. The quest icon, that's the main storyline that the dungeon master has for you. You can go through that. So chances are, if you're playing this, you can just ignore the quest and just do some grinding. Like I'm already like for the first 2 hours that I played this game, I've been doing nothing but campaigns. I'm already at level 20, and I haven't even touched the first quest yet. So I'm basically over leveled already. I'm already over leveled once I do the first quest.
Joe has been doing side quests galore. Okay.
Yeah. So, speaking of side quests, so with the side quest, it can be so the side quest that the dungeon master has for you. It could be a escort quest. It could be an item gathering quest. It could be an extermination quest. So
You know, JDM, this
yeah.
actually qualifies as Joe's CRPG for the game. It
Yeah,
is that
technically.
it is that mechanic. It's true.
So see,
Sir
if you can
Joe
see,
Ratsbane.
yeah. So if you can see here in the game footage, so your characters are at the bottom, the dungeon master is in the middle, and all of the enemies, the imaginary enemies, will be right behind him. So the more you level up, you can so your characters here in the first iteration of the game anyway. In the first iteration of the game, each of your character has 4 active skills and one passive skill.
Mm.
So for every level up that you get, you'll get 1 point. So
And
you
you can
can use that
develop.
1 point to upgrade your one out of 4 active skills.
Mhm.
So you have it can be a healing skill. It could be an attack skill. It could be a defense skill. The passive skills either +5 initiative, +5 defense, +5 health. Each character has their own perks. Okay. There's one character here that will grant you +5 experience points if you have him in your party. So if you're a beginner, have that character with you, so you can have at least 5% more experience when you battle all of the enemies. Um, right now, so especially with my mage. Okay, with my mage, the mage has four attack skills: a fireball, freeze. What's the other one? It's like a magic buff
Mm.
that increases his magic power,
Blast.
and
That's
meteor,
a cleric
right?
spell. Okay.
So and for the meteor, it's an area of effect skill, Sir Joel.
Mm. Yes.
So so if you choose meteor, it hits all of the
Mm.
enemies.
Yes.
Okay. So of course that will cost you more MP. Oh, so there's HP and there's MP, the usual, right? So
Mm.
if you use meteor, you'll hit more enemies, but of course that will cost you more MP. The more
Mm.
you level up, what I'm doing, I'm ignoring fireball, I'm ignoring freeze. I'm putting all of my points towards meteor.
Okay.
So the more you level up your attack skill, the lesser MP is needed, the higher the damage. Higher
Yeah.
damage, less MP. The more you upgrade the more you upgrade your skills. As you can see there uh, in the um, in the footage. So
Mm.
for every level up, like for one level up, you'll get one skill point. So
Mhm.
it's up to you where you want to put that skill point.
You know,
Unfortunately, you cannot up your stats. The stats
mm,
will just go up really,
oh yeah,
but by itself. The
mm.
skill points are just there for for your active skills that you can level up. Your
You
passive
know,
skills
I
is just
see
that.
why this appeals to Jaws so much because it's a perfect combination of JRPG mechanics and Western RPG. It's a
Mm.
good combination of it. Jaw is treading familiar ground with allocating stat points and grinding side quests and everything, but it does have the Western RPG mechanic as well of Dungeons and Dragons and all that. So yeah, I see why it appeals to Jaw.
It's quite
Like a
addicting, really. I like it. So
Mhm.
thoughts,
yeah.
guys.
Well, I'm looking at it right now. The main character is like on a quest. They have a
Mm.
table and a chair with them. So when
They kind of look
they're
like
uh,
Earthbound characters, really. Pixel art.
when they're like
Mm.
they have an enemy, come on, let's sit down and use our power, something like that. So
Exactly. Yeah.
you're like, but I'm not into RPG,
Mhm.
unfortunately. But 'cause the thing is, I remember playing back in the days Final Fantasy. So
Mhm.
you're in a field, uh, where you just walk your you travel with with the character, the
Mhm.
protagonist you're with, and just suddenly a battle appears. If
Mhm.
you get what I mean with
Yes.
RPG, but looking at it, it's something. This is something that I would play definitely.
Mhm.
It's because it's something like it. I'm not sure with the grinding part because that the thing
Mhm.
I hate about RPG is that in order for you to progress, you need to actually grind to meet that certain level for you to actually progress with the game. So
Mhm.
these are the types of RPG that we usually play. But it's like a couch potato RPG wherein you just chill and enjoy the
Yeah.
graphics
It's quite chill, really.
and exactly. But just by looking at it, I think it's a fun game to actually try, especially on mobile. So
I can
that's the thing with
imagine that
mobile.
DM right in the middle being Eric Wahlberg right there. That
That's
guy.
Eric Wahlberg right there, the dungeon master.
Exactly. Yeah.
They're on a pond and they have that table with them and they're doing a battle. Uh,
Mhm.
imagine. Anyway, I think it's something that I would definitely give it
Mhm.
a try,
Well, two things.
especially on the
I'd like
mobile.
to put forward two things. Number one, I'm amazed that this game was actually a Paradox Interactive game. Those guys are amazing. Those guys at Paradox Interactive, they do games like Crusader Kings, Victoria, the other games like Hearts of Iron, things like that. Hardcore strategy games. I'm just surprised that they developed something like this. And number two, it just goes to show how Joe has enjoyed our Dungeons and Dragons episodes, where he actually chose a D&D type of mobile game to play for our episodes. I think it's carried over. I'm happy that he's enjoying his D&D and his D&D experience.
I'm
It's leaning
enjoying
into
this.
the
Oh, plus I'm enjoying this because the dungeon master will. So of course the master will narrate the things the events that your characters are going to do. But every once in a while, your characters will say some snarky comments like where the girls at, or
Oh yeah,
is the pizza still coming,
yeah.
or
just
stuff like
just like
that.
we would definitely.
Just like what we would if we are like actually playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes, there you go. All right.
So
mom's
unfortunately,
calling
guys,
me.
unfortunately, Knights of Pen and Paper One is no. You cannot. For some reason, you can no longer
Download it.
locate it in
Really?
Google Play Store or iOS.
Oh.
However, you can still search for Knights of Pen and Paper 2 and 3, which a bit more it's more polished version of the original. However,
Mm,
if you really want to play the first edition, Google is your friend. You can
mhm.
you can search the APK. Google is your friend.
All right,
Yeah,
nice.
that's my game. Oh,
Mhm.
there's the map. Oh, did I mention? There's also the 20-sided dice here, guys.
Yeah, right there. I saw.
Like for example, if you're going to a town, right, from location A to location B, So so the dice will roll. If you get less than 10, you'll encounter an enemy. If it's more than 10, then you're safe.
Okay.
At least there's still the dice element around here.
Okay. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it does sound like it's going to be a ton of fun. And it's not just on Android or iOS. I seem to
No,
recall that it
cross
has
platform.
it's also on Steam as well. All right, there
Yeah.
you go.
This
There you
game reminds
Steam,
me
Switch,
of the
PS,
old
PlayStation, and
school.
Xbox.
Sorry, JDM, you were saying?
This game reminds me of those old CRPG games like Ultima
Oh
and
yeah.
Wizardry, right?
Yeah.
The presentation it's what is pixel art, because
Mm,
back
yes.
then when we had only two colors in our monitors, then you have like a resolution of just um what is it, for 480p.
480. You
Yeah,
had high def. I had 320 or something.
or 240, right?
Yeah, or
144.
240. Yeah.
So most of the art style are vectors and pixels.
Mm,
So I remember playing was it Ultima 3? I
Ultima
think
3. Yeah.
that's
That was a
I
good one.
think that was one of my first CRPG games,
Mm.
and I remember fighting the floor, which is one of the weirdest bosses ever.
The floor.
And what what you're going to do is you just type in, because it has a visual map.
Mm.
You need to it's uh, before, we don't have like freedom to use our cursors back then, the cursor keys, the arrow keys. What you have to do is type north, south, west, and east to
Yeah.
move around. Then you have this final boss who can uh, teleport from one place to another. So you need to type in west or something, north, go north.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Start to play games back in the days, right?
Yep. Those
yeah,
were the
having
days.
having
Yeah.
all those commands.
Wizardry,
it's
Ultima, Zine, the Zine series, and everything.
yeah.
Um,
Because um those are, I think those are like the modern ones already, because you also have those text-based
oh yeah. Mm,
RPG games, which
mm.
is where it started all along.
Yeah. Mm.
How about Sir Jose? Knights of Pen and Paper.
I just bought it on Steam.
You just did.
Yeah, I just did.
Sold.
In-game purchase. See the
That's another thing. Oh, somebody on the chats once just puts one forward.
Zenoya.
The Zenonia series. Ah, that was a good series. Yes, that's true. The Zenonia series on mobile. Chemco is a
Kenko.
developer of a lot of RPGs on mobile. Those are
I got
really
them
good.
all.
Yeah, I mean the
I,
Alphadia series, yeah, and everything. So yeah, Jose just got influenced by Joe to buy Knights of Pen and Paper, and it looks
it's
like Jose might
fun.
join us for our next D&D session as well. Very cool.
You know what? I'm trying to invite Sir Jose to do our D
Yeah,
and D
Yeah.
casual episode. I
Because we
mean,
really need a backup
You
what?
should,
we
yeah.
in
really
our
need the
We need
situation.
another
backup.
person. Yeah, we need another person to hate the dwarf, please.
Heck,
Dwarf.
it's an open invite to you too, Siebert. If you're interested, you might want to
Yes,
join
yes,
in
Ebert.
one of our D&D sessions.
Maybe someday. You know
Uh,
what? That's a good thing about mobile games, right? Because Sergio was just trying to introduce us to this game, and Cersei just downloaded it. So
Yeah, there you go. That's it. Just purchase it outright, and
for how
he's
much,
gonna be playing
Cersei?
it next. There you go.
For,
All right, I
for
think
how
we have
much,
a little bit of
Cersei?
time, very quickly, to mention our runner-ups. Wouldn't you say, Joe?
oh,
Just
we
very
got
quick.
Shin back. So
Oh, Shin.
let's do
Oh,
Shin
Shin
and
is
then
back.
our
Very
runner.
good.
Yeah.
Nice,
Oh,
nice.
don't worry. Yeah, I'm just gonna make it quick. It's Arc Knights. It's a
Arc Knight.
yeah, it's a Porter's. It's kind of like a
protect your castle kind of game where
Okay.
you have waves and waves of characters coming in and trying to penetrate through your camp. What happens is that like you have all these array of anime characters. Most of them are half animal, half anime characters. Each
Hmm.
and every one has certain characteristics. Some are waifu material, some are probably
Of
a
course,
little bit
yes.
too questionable.
It wouldn't be a
Some
shit recommendation without waifu materials.
yes, and though the interesting part is that this is also for people that would love to have husbandos because I've seen people that are like, I played this game. I played the game for the waifus, but stayed for the husbandos.
Hmm.
So as you can see here, it's like this is the tutorial part. You see that blue cube over there? That's your camp. What you have to do is to make sure that the enemies that are coming in would not come in to your camp. Each and every one enemy that goes in there is a point downwards of your health points. And for somebody like Christina Joel who's into micromanaging, you're
Yes.
going to love this
Not into
because you can
waifus.
well he
The
might
waifus are a nice
slowly.
bonus, but the
Yeah,
micromanagement is where what I'm coming
yeah,
for.
yeah. As you can see on this on the screen here is that like they decided to put one another character in there. You
Hmm.
can put any characters in any position in real time. You can remove them. You can actually put them back. You can also try to put them in certain positions that are allowed to. Though returning your characters back into your list actually deducts a certain cooldown point, so you have to wait before you can
Hmm.
actually get them. You can see in there, there's like on the lower right side, you see there's a diamond with letter C that says 11. Those are your points, your character points. So once you reach a certain character points, you can now summon a specific character. Like the heavier the points, the more usable, the more basically stronger the character is. It might be stronger, might be more skillful, but those are the ones that you really want to keep. Problem is that like if they do die, it will take a while for you to might even have a chance to actually get them back into the battlefield. So you really have to be careful in where you position all your characters. For
Ah.
instance, like this one right here, you can see that, oh, okay, she has no problem killing these characters, but oh no,
Nah,
look, there's a
she's
crowd of them.
strategic because you put her in the bottleneck. She has to only fight one character at a time. That's
Yes,
that's
so
strategic placement. Yeah.
yeah, so now what you can do is just like what the main character is trying to tell you here is that like you can put one or two characters that's probably on the upper right or where your other character is, and you can have like let's say somebody that has a gun, somebody that has like far shooting range to come in and help out. um Basically it's all about how you put all of your characters in there. The other thing that
Mhm.
I like about this, though, this might be a bit of a this is a gotcha game. So if you're lucky, there's like if you're rich, you could probably get all most of the characters because of the pools. But the good news about this game, one thing that I like about this game, is that it doesn't really force you to actually buy every single day. You just have to do a certain specific dailies and you earn certain points. From those
Mhm.
certain points, you can earn enough so that you can actually roll 10 cards. And if you what I did when I actually played this game is that I earned as much up to like 30 to 40 cards. Like I would completely stockpile and do
Mhm.
dailies. And then that's when I do my pool. Because what I've noticed, and I don't know if it's a bit of a tip for most of you guys down there, is that most people they tend to get more better pools the more that you have like the 10 card gotcha pools instead of just pulling out one card.
Mhm.
So if you pull out 10 cards and then you have another 10 that you can pull out, the chances of getting a really super rare character gets more and more closer for you. It might make it easier for you. The best part about it as well is that because they have like monthly or seasonal episodes of what they call like little side stories and whatnot, certain characters have a higher pull rate than most characters.
Mhm.
And every certain months they even tell you on the news which characters have the highest pull for that month. So hey, you have like a specific character that you really like and you just check it out. Hey, like the pull for this one is like 25%. So I guess I'm going to go and pull this one. Oh, hey, this is 5%. I'll probably just wait. Or if I'm rich enough, I'll just probably buy enough cards to get her in.
Mm.
But that's
Okay.
pretty much it. That's Arknights. For those who loves waifus, husbandos, likes a little bit of a story, somebody who
Mm.
wants to role play as a doctor with amnesia, go for it. It has a very, very interesting story. Just, if you're into, like, really well thought out writing and whatnot, don't expect too much. This is a gotcha game after all. They have
Mm.
so many characters, they just have to find a way to actually squeeze all of them in.
Mm. All right. I definitely can see myself playing something like this because I like Jose's choice. Um, the no not Jose's Siebert's choice. It's slightly tower defense style, but with a little bit more of a storyline. And well, that brings us to a couple of things actually. The gotcha mechanics, which have been kind of pervasive, which have been kind of getting popular recently in mobile games. And something that Joe Fell is bringing up here also, the fact that Mobile Legends, no matter how much we try to avoid it, it is a big thing in Philippine shores and in Asia Pacific region as well. It doesn't exist here in the West actually. Here in the US, you mentioned Mobile Legends or Dota, nobody's ever heard of such a thing. But in the Asia Pacific region, it is a really big thing. I would say I personally have never tried it, but I can respect that a lot of people are getting introduced into video gaming because of Mobile Legends or Dota. I can't fault them for enjoying something that a lot of people are also enjoying at the same time. What's your opinion, guys? For you guys who are on the ground over there, Siebert, JDM, how popular, Shin, how popular is Mobile Legends in Pinas still?
Very, very popular.
Very, very popular.
Mm.
Yeah,
Every
because
mother's aunt is even playing it.
Mm.
because the thing is with mobile games, it's free. It's
Mm.
free. You can buy a phone. Mobile phones nowadays they are cheap. Especially we have lots of mobile phones coming in from China. They're cheap,
Yeah.
and the specs is actually it can match with the more expensive ones. That's the
Oh.
thing with mobile games here in the Philippines. So there are lots of mobile phones that can compete with expensive mobile phones like that of the newer ones,
Mm.
and it's really accessible. So you can just go online, you can download games, there are games like Call of Duty
Mm.
that's really in nowadays. I'm actually surprised with what you mentioned, Mr. Joe, that ML is not that popular from where you're at,
Mm-mm.
because
Yep.
mobile gaming is really big. They make tournaments. Even companies make tournaments out of Mobile Legends. So
Mm-hmm.
even the prices are really big. It's like it counts up to 1 million peso.
Wow.
Um,
Mm.
that's how
Yeah,
big it is, and every even barangays are holding Mobile Legend competition here in the Philippines,
Companies.
and in
I agree. Yeah, I've seen it. You would think
exact
that, like, basketball game, like back in the days, you have like leagues and whatnot.
Mm.
This is the digital equivalent of that. You would see kids, guys, old people, ladies, old ladies are all just sitting
exactly.
down there, and they know. Like I said earlier, before Kuya Siebert was here, one of my neighbors who's like has a sorry store. She even knows how a character should be played.
Mm. Well, I mean, I,
It's
I
just
could be
weird.
wrong on this one because I'm on the East Coast. How about you, Jose? On the West Coast, has there been any mention of Mobile Legends or Dota or things like that?
Dota, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I know a couple people who do play it like all religiously. Mobile Legends, I have never heard of until
Yeah,
I came to the show and you guys started talking about it.
exactly.
Mm,
Yeah, it's not a thing here, and nobody's ever heard of it. But conversely, it's extremely popular in Pinas. Okay, you can just
It
see the
is.
division of the kind of gamers. How about people in the South, JDM? Is it a thing over there?
Yes, a lot. Because I've been in the um I was in the IT department in my previous company, and they whenever they have these like sports fest or something, there's
Mm.
also a category did where they play esports.
Mm-hmm.
So most likely it's Mobile Legends. They even our one of our technical managers even caught my colleagues playing inside the IT office, and
Okay.
fortunately for me, I was not into it, but and I was already out of the office when they got caught, so I wasn't like included in the sermon that they have. And um I also
But the thing
saw
is,
uh
Um, sorry about that, Sir JDM. I just want to add
yeah,
this because Mobile Legends is not exactly just in the Philippines, so it's actually popular in Southeast Asia.
Mm-hmm.
In Asia, not exactly in Southeast Asia, but in Asia in general. So I'm surprised because Mobile Legends is not popular there. Because Mobile Legend, I understand it came from China, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then again, if you look at it, some of the characters are like are imitation of characters from LOL or Dota 2.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why when I'm looking at my son or my daughter playing ML, it's like, is that something like who throws arrow, who rides, um, who rides a tiger? So I'm like trying to imagine is Mirana of Dota 2 because there are certain characters are uh, technically the same as the characters in MLs,
Yeah, it
which I
is.
kind of
I
relate
agree.
to.
Yeah.
It's something that I actually can relate to, but I don't play it because I don't want to get hooked with ML. So I know when I start playing it, I will get crazy about it. So. But then again, it's something that's popular here in Asia, and it's something that not just ML. We also have Call of Duty,
Yes.
um, and
PUBG.
other types of game. Um, there's Roblox on mobile. It's also popular with
Yep.
kids and even
Yes.
kids at heart.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh no,
it's
I can testify because my daughter is a Roblox addict and she plays on her iPhone like crazy. Genshin Impact, she plays on her phone like crazy. But I can
impact. There you
honestly
go.
say I have never run across anybody here in the US who has played Mobile Legends. You mentioned Mobile Legends, people are just gonna give it look at you with a blank stare. They're gonna say, "What is that? Never heard of it." Something like that. So,
I
mhm.
I actually saw a video, or I think uh, a few days ago,
Mhm.
when they introduced, how the uh, video game awards is
Mhm.
uh, coming up,
Yeah,
and they introduced these esports titles. Then they start mentioning uh, Call of Duty, um, uh,
COD
uh,
Mobile. Mm.
yeah,
Mm.
Call of Duty Mobile. Then this announcer mentioned Mobile Legends Bang Bang. Then suddenly these people, gamers who were doing reactions, they started laughing. There's such a game, like,
Yeah, there's such a
Oh,
nobody's
you
heard of
know
it.
what the
No,
word
not
bang?
here.
Come on.
Nobody's heard of
they
it
were
in the
really
West.
If you hear a
laughing
game,
when
it's just
they
bang bang.
No, I mean,
there's
But
such a game called
and
if you
Mobile
look at it,
Legends, man.
mm. And
Sir
I guess
Jofel,
it just shows the difference in gaming culture. I mean, here COD Mobile is a thing, right, Jose? COD Mobile, it is a thing. People do play it, on the go. But people haven't gotten into Mobile Legends. I guess maybe it's a lack of marketing or penetration on just plain ignorance. But nobody's heard of it here. So if it does penetrate, I wouldn't be surprised if people started playing it. But right now, like JDM says, people just
mhm.
laughed at the very title of it. There
I
you
By
just
go.
the
want
way,
to
that's
read
yeah.
this, guys, because
Mm,
it's Sir Jofel is on the chat. Hello,
yeah.
Sir Jofel. He actually mentioned that this ML is actually also popular in Europe and the Middle East.
hmm
East.
In the Middle East.
So
Yeah.
exactly.
Mhm.
So I guess you guys in America is being left out, guys.
I think it's
Should try
because of
it.
the fact that there's a good penetration of Asians in the Middle East and in Europe also. In the US, not just yet. It's only starting to get the Asian presence is only rising here. But in the Middle East, there's a sizable Asian population. In Europe, there's a sizable Asian population as well. So I wouldn't be surprised that the Asian influence once it once
Either
here.
either the North Americans have better things to do, or they just knew better than to patch Mobile Legends.
Oh,
All
but
right.
actually,
Well,
I think
Because
the main reason is
American
yeah.
knows that Americans know that the ML is a ripoff of Dota.
Yeah.
Dota.
That's the thing,
Yeah,
possibly, yeah.
because
guys.
You were about to
you know,
say Shin.
yeah, like my brother actually plays a lot of mobile games, but even I asked him, when I was still in the States, that how come he never tried to play Mobile Legends? And it's pretty much like what Kuya Siebert just said. It's just like I have a PC here. I'll just play Dota. Why would
Mhm.
I play a mimicry of Dota just so that I can play it portably? But that's the complete reasoning that the Filipinos that I met here
Mhm.
says is that why would I go play Dota on a computer if I could just play it on a phone? It's just that my
Mhm.
brother is
It's
saying
the
the
flip
complete
side of
opposite.
it. There you go.
Yeah.
I see. I see. Okay, that makes
Ugh,
sense.
ugh.
That makes sense. Hmm. Okay.
Mhm.
Well, there you go. That shows the psyche of the gamer, and which brings us back into the final question that Jovel has put forward. What is considered a gamer? And yeah, personally speaking, I consider mobile gaming as a gateway to actual gaming, and there's lots of good gaming on mobile as well. I'm not being down on anybody who plays on mobile. I would be I would be down on somebody who's being obnoxiously purely mobile gamer, looking down on anybody else who says all that PC gaming and console gaming that's inferior to mobile gaming. That's that's not my jam. But if you game on mobile, if you game on console, if you game on PC, if you game on a toaster, if you game on a smart fridge, I don't care. You're a gamer. That's my description of a gamer. So yeah. All right. Anybody else?
What makes a gamer, guys?
Hmm.
And these people are all gamers. Okay.
Yeah. Oh,
Before,
Jofel says something.
before we head out.
Okay, okay. Region identity and PC is king on the genre. That's true. That's true. Asians don't necessarily have access to PC, and that was a great gateway point for ML to come out in this market. I see.
Mm.
That certainly does make sense, Jofel. Very good. Very good argument. Very good argument on
if
that one.
Yeah.
if you're gonna ask me from 10 years ago,
Hmm.
okay, for all of you people who are the newly indoctrinated gamers,
Hmm.
if you can
Mhm.
finish at least the first stage of Contra, then that's the time we can talk about gaming tips. All
On
right,
3 lives. On 3 lives only.
on 3 lives only. Then we
Mhm.
talk
Yeah.
gaming tips.
No turbo.
No Konami code.
Contra is actually
Right.
Three lives no
easier
But
turbo.
if you
but
compare that with
that is me 10 years ago. Okay, that's me 10 years ago. I'm a different person now.
Oh, Seabird, you were saying.
no, that's Contra. That's easier. Try having them play Teenage Mutant on the NES. That's
The
just
turtle,
the first
the
stage
Ninja
is
Turtles,
really crazy. All right.
Which one? The underwater
the
level?
first one, the original one,
The
Or
original.
Ghost and Goblins. If you're into
Oh,
or
that.
yeah.
Ghosts and
Well,
Goblins.
my view on this, guys, I just want to share my end because
Oh, yeah.
it doesn't really matter if you're playing on a mobile, on your on a console, on a PC, as long as you like what you're doing. Because the thing is, back in the days, um, we have that feel that we don't appreciate the mobile gamers as being gamers. We have a um there's a competition with regards to mobile gaming and console gaming, but it will actually depend on your passion. if you're passionate about what you're doing and what you're playing, yeah, you can be considered as a gamer. But that actually makes you a gamer. So whatever platform you're using, as long as you have love for the game, I do find that already makes you a gamer.
Yeah,
So that's for
I
me. That's my opinion
100%
for it.
agree with that. If you're passionate about a game enough that that's all you play and you're really good at it, that makes you a gamer. Yeah, other people might. I think most people will think mobile gamers as casual gamers.
Hmm.
Mm.
So they're still gamers. They're just not playing on everything
Hmm.
like we do.
Mm.
That's right. I had it charged now, so it's working. And
Nice.
for
Very cool. Very
it,
cool.
uh,
Now that's real mobile gaming right there.
Yeah, that's actual mobile
Not just
gaming right
bullshit.
there. All right. I
yeah,
think
the luck.
generally I think as long as you enjoy yourself, as long as you derive happiness and enjoyment from whatever you play, I think it's a good thing. And if it leads you to want to learn more about other things, about the different kinds of gaming, even better. I think that's a good thing too. So, bring us home, Joe.
All right. So before we do our shameless plugs, we'll just do a quick ad break. Let's hear it from Streamyard and Bitmap. Do you like playing video games? Do you like reading about history? Do you like learning about video game history? Then you should give yourself the gift of owning some video game history books from Bitmap. Since 2014, BitMap Books have published numerous colorful and well-detailed hardbound books about video games ranging from the different video game consoles of old and the various video game genres that will surely pique the interest of its core fanbase. BitMap's team of global video game journalists, players, and illustrators have produced numerous award-winning titles that celebrate the software, hardware, and developers that laid down the foundations for the billion-dollar video game industry we all know and love today. International shipping is also available with careful and considerate packaging from BitMap Books. If you don't want to take my word for it, then you can believe the people, almost 10,000 satisfied customers who submitted their glowing written reviews and video reviews after receiving their books from BitMap. By ordering your first BitMap book using our link, you will also be supporting the Timeless Gamers Show in spreading our love of video games and their rich history. Start your own online live streams, webinars, podcasts, online classes, and virtual presentations with Streamyard. By using Streamyard's user-friendly interface, you can also do simultaneous multi-streaming if you have accounts to Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and other platforms. If live streaming is not your style, video and audio recordings are also available, especially with those who have variable and inconsistent internet connections. The finished output will still come out as clear and well articulated exactly as you originally intended. You can also customize the appearance of your presentation like green screen effects, facial touch-ups to smoothen out those facial blemishes, multiple cameras for multiple guests joining in the discussion, your own wallpaper on the background, adding your own logo as a watermark, sharing videos from your own computer or other website for added visual aids with or without audio, uploading your own background music if you wish to set the mood when talking, and lots more. Before you can enjoy all of the wonderful full features of StreamYard, you can start with a 14-day free trial by using our link. Not only that you are supporting the Timeless Gamer Show, but you can see it for yourself how easy it is using StreamYard. All right, thank you for that, Mr. Disembodied Voice.
A little heads up to Shin. I think this is what he's kind of looking around for, like one of these like
Yes.
these handle
Yes.
thingies that you can put your cell phone in. And
Oh, you already got one.
yeah, I used to I had one for for playing RPGs on the go, like the Game Boy Advance games that I emulated on my cell phone. But yeah, this one is an older model. The newer models are much more comfortable. They're much more compatible with a lot of different phone models too. So you might want to check that out. Shin, I think they have one specifically for PlayStation branded games or something like that. So yeah.
Oh, nice.
All
All
right.
right.
Mhm.
So let's do our shameless plugs. Let's start with Sir Jose. Sir Jose, if you have any closing remarks and your closing remarks plus your shameless plug, where you go.
Go play mobile games. Go download some, try them out. If you're not a mobile gamer, you might be surprised at how in depth some of them can be and how fun they can be. But other than that, you can find me on basically any social media and any gaming platform as Dark Gothic Fate. And that's pretty much it for me. I'm not streaming currently, but I plan to get back to it maybe by the end of the year.
All right. Thank you for that, Sir Jose. Sir JDM, closing remarks and shameless plug.
So for me, just play whenever and wherever. And also, kudos to those, as what Tito Job said here in the comment, uh, about the developers. Big shout out to those developers who are into creating mobile games, because it's their craft and it's their art. So you can catch me on 123 Go Retro here on Facebook and on Twitch and YouTube as well. I'm also not streaming regularly right now, but you may catch my other content like music and other stuff. And see you on the next episode of the Timeless Gamer Show.
All right. Thank you for that, Sir JDM. How about Sir Joel? Closing remarks, anything to add, and where can they find you?
All right. Well, again, mobile gaming, it is surprisingly good. It's surprisingly lucrative, a major part of revenue nowadays in video games, which is projected to earn about 200 billion plus dollars in 2026, is a major part of that revenue. And it's a big part of that is coming from the Asia Pacific region. So it's an untapped, well, mostly untapped region for a lot of gamers. You might look down on it, but you'd be surprised at how varied and how rich the history of it is. You'd be surprised at a lot of the things that you might find there. Just enjoy it, check it out, see if there's anything that you might find, and you might find your moments on the can a little bit more bearable, well, not while you're instead of just pushing out that log. So uh, well, you can find me streaming on Kick and on Twitch under the Banyo Banyaga Native. I made the mistake of streaming on Facebook recently a game called The Sims 2 for PS2, and I got copyright struck again. So hashtag FUFB. And
You know this already. Why?
I don't know. I mean, the music there is absolute gibberish, but I still got a copyright strike. What can I say? So it's just, screw FB for streaming. That there's a reason why retro gaming streams died on Facebook. So yeah, you guys will also always find me here on the Timeless Gamer Show. Also, buying the latest BitMap Books book that just came out, the GBA Pixel book. It just came out, and for you, Viraj, you might like that one because you love Game Boy Advance games. The GBA Pixel book on BitMap Books. You might, guys, always check out BitMap Books, one of our partners here in the Timeless Gamer Show. Buy their books, earn us a little bit of cash. Back to you, Joe.
Thank you for that, Sir Joe. And of course, Sir Siebert, closing remarks, anything to add, and where can they find
Um,
you?
some diehards here in the Philippines, to be honest, have that argument about mobile gamers not being a gamer. So I actually disagree with those arguments. But then again, it's depends on your passion. If you're really passionate about something, it doesn't really matter if you're labeled not really a gamer, but just do what makes you happy. So I'm really happy to be part of 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 this show, and actually this show is the reason why I have collections. I'm a big Sega fan, so this show is the reason why I have Super NES now, NES now. So I'm into collecting those types of games because of the games that I've learned. And I was thinking to myself, hey, I grew up playing with this game. How come I don't collect them? How come I'm just playing with Sega? So thanks to you guys. So you actually opened my mind. Timeless Gamers actually opened my mind about trying out different consoles and stuff online. And it's nice to be here. And I'm happy to be part of Timeless of this show and Timeless Gamers and yeah, it's fun. Anyway, I'm an active member of Retro Gamers and Collector Philippines. So hello everyone, and some of my office mates are watching right now. So they are all mobile gamers, ML gamers. So hello guys. It's our team from Rocket. So that's the company, and then that's it for me. Good evening, guys.
All right, thank you for that, Sir Siebert. Uh, for for those of you who are mobile gamers, do yourself a favor, do yourself a service. There are other games, mobile games out there. It's not all about Mobile Legends. It's not all about PUBG. It's not all about Roblox. There are other stuff out there. Okay.
Get muted again.
If you are passionate about playing video games, S plural.
Plural.
Okay, not just one. Okay, then I can recognize you as a gamer. But that is me like 10 years ago. I'm a new person now. I'm not like that anymore. Okay. So as long as you have the passion in playing video games, then by all means, sure. Whether something that you carry with you on the go, whether something on the PC, Master Race, or whether it's the console, the retro and the modern ones. Okay, as long as you enjoy your video games, you find enjoyment, you find your escape to reality. Okay, then by all means, all right, you are entitled to the right uh, in your own right. Title to the right in your own right. There you go. And that's the show, guys. Thank you all so much for being here. Uh, Next week will be our movie review again. Movie review, extravaganza, ganza. And the movie that we picked, thank you, Sir Jose. It's Final Fantasy Spirits Within. We're gonna
Ooh,
talk
that's
about about the
classic.
ups and
That's a
downs of
classic.
Square Enix first and only cinematic release movie. Oh, hang on. No, no, that's wrong. The first one. I mean, I forgot about Advent Children, but that's another topic in itself. So their first CG animated movie produced by Square Enix. So that's next week, guys. And then the next week after will be our Western computer RPGs topic. And that's all. Thank
What
you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you guys.
pounding jaw for the longest time over, for him to play a Western RPG.
Yes.
Yes, I'm trying. I'm
Yeah.
trying so hard. Okay. And I tell you, I have no passion for this. I'm telling you right now.
Again, technically, you already have. You're playing Knights of Pen and Paper. That
I'm
qualifies.
playing Knights of Pen and Paper, and that's a start. Okay,
Mm.
I'm enjoying this than Pillars of Eternity. But I don't know.
Mm.
Let's see how the days progress.
Yeah.
Thank you all guys so much. And as always, our games in our bodies may grow out of date, but our gaming experiences will forever remain. Hey, timeless.
Timeless. All right. See you guys next week. Enjoy the rest of the weekend. Bye.
Play some mobile games.
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 Yes.